I'm particularly interested to see the update behind the SEC ruling, the Securities and Exchange Commission ruling against XRP, Ripple. It's the banker coin anyway. I never liked it. I never owned any. I hate all cryptos. But the ruling will determine whether Ripple XRP was a security or not. And it has profound implications for all cryptos. If it rules in favor, well, if they say it was let's talk about that one first. If they say it was a security, then they shouldn't have ICO'd. Ripple will die, XRP will die. And then that will bring down all the cryptos. And it will bring down everything, Ethereum, Bitcoin, every other crypto. There's a lot of others who ICO'd, they'll all be in trouble, and that'll be the end of. And maybe Bitcoin will go right down, come up to the next halving now. It's got to be a minimum amount for the next halving, otherwise the miners are just losing too much. It will just cost so much to mine one Bitcoin. And if it's not at this minimum price point, and the Bitcoin enthusiasts say, see, it's got to be here. Look, it's going to be here. Minimum, it'll be this much minimum. Yeah, but what if it isn't? What if it's below that? That will be the end of the Bitcoin network. There will be no more. Nobody will be mining it, unless somebody chooses to mine it at a loss, hoping it'll go back up. But it's just a huge loss they'd be making. So that would be the end of Bitcoin and probably all unbacked cryptos, almost certainly. So what about if the ruling is the other way? What if the SEC, what if they say it's not a security? XRP wins. If Ripple is not a security, then all the other cryptos, and there's loads of them, SHIT coins, loads of them, they'll all start coming back up again. I don't think this will happen, by the way. I think they're going to say it is a security, and that will be the end of most of these cryptos. Unbacked cryptos, anyway. But if they say it's not a security, and cryptos win the outcome, if you've got any old wallets from old unknown SHIT coins, and there's loads, back in the day, several years ago, WorldCoin, this coin, this coin, this coin, they will all suddenly, anyone who's got involved in the ICO, there'll be a brief time, they'll all come up. Bitcoin will go up, Ethereum will go up, it'll be like a blow off top. I think that'll be a good time to get out of everything. If that happens, if they rule in favor, it'd be a very good time to sell up. But what happens then? Imagine that does happen. They're not securities. All those who did well with the ICO, they'd be just flooded. The market would be flooded with all these cryptos. Even ones from years ago that people have forgotten about will suddenly be worth something again. Some people have got some worth a couple of pennies or whatever. It'll suddenly be worth a lot. The market will be flooded with cryptos. Now, all these possible units of exchange, and they all do pretty much the same thing. And there's so many of them. And the market seems to be expanding faster than they are dying. So, but they will all die eventually. I mean, which one has any value? For a long-term medium of exchange, we know Bitcoin can't do that. Bitcoin Cash, no. The point I'm making is, all these are going to be ultimately worthless. Now, there's some cryptos that aren't designed for a medium of exchange. Like, take Theta, for example. There's some brilliant business ideas out there. And there are some fantastic business ideas. Theta's to use different people's data to spread it around and to solve problems. Very good. There's some excellent ideas. But why complicate these brilliant ideas by adding virtual tokens to them? If it's a good business idea, do it. Don't complicate it by adding and calling it a crypto. You're just adding a level of complexity, a level of danger. When all the cryptos dies, you had such a good idea, and now it's ruined because you added virtual tokens to it. Virtual tokens are a death knell for anything. Don't add. So if anybody's got a good idea, like take Reggie Middleton. He had a brilliant idea with Veritasium. It was a peer-to-peer sharing, one-to-one. And it's a good idea, but why add Veritasium tokens to it? Just implement the idea. Don't complicate it. Because he complicated it by adding Veritasium tokens to it, like 100 million, which is ridiculous. Why not 100 billion? Why not 100 quadrillion? It's just meaningless, virtual tokens. And I think something like 98 million of them are all confiscated now, and there's only 2 million out there. But why does it matter? I mean, it's just numbers. How many numbers are there? Infinite. Anything that can be created out of thin air to infinity is valueless. And all unbacked cryptos, whether it's a medium exchange or whether they've just added like this amount of number of virtual tokens to a great business idea, then they've gone and ruined the business idea. They've made it over complex and they've ruined it. Backed cryptos is a different matter, and if it is backed by something, but the trouble is with storage then. I mean, if you back it with oil or if you back it with wheat, it goes off. You know, food, beans, they how do you preserve them? They go off in storage. That's why it always comes down to gold and silver. Gold and silver, you don't have to worry about them going moldy. You don't have to worry about, they don't take up much space. They've universally recognized. So a backed crypto is completely different to an unbacked crypto. And when it comes to the gold-silver ratio, at the moment, it's near to 100 to 1. 100 ounces of silver are temporarily valued the same as 1 ounce of gold. Whereas everybody knows it should be the other way around. It should be 100 ounces of gold are valued the same as 1 ounce of silver, because there is far more gold in the world. It's just building up and up and up, and it's not useful for anything really. There's hardly any uses where it is not retrieved. It is used a little bit on a few little electrical connection things. They use a little bit of gold, but silver is better. Silver is a much better electrical conductor. It's better thermal conductivity. It's better reflectivity for lasers, anything laser guided or these latest technologies. Silver is better antibacterial. Well, silver is better at everything. Antibacterial, antimicrobial. Silver is the best element on the periodic table. Nothing matches it. Gold and copper come a close second, but gold is too expensive. So every time gold is used, it is retrieved. So every year, the amount of available gold in available stockpiles goes up and up and up, and they're having to build even more huge vaults to store all this gold when they've already got so much stored, not useful for anything, and they're just going to keep mining it and storing even more when it's not useful for anything. Silver is the opposite. All the vaults that used to be filled with silver are getting depleted, and it's going down and down and down. They're scraping the bottom of the barrel of the vaults, and all that space is being filled up with even more gold, which isn't useful for anything, but they need silver. So the ratio will reverse. I don't know when. I don't know, it could be soon, it could be several years away, but it will reverse. It will be 100 ounces of gold will be valued the same as 1 ounce of silver.